This is not financial advice. I just say a bunch of them is, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Let's talk about some bangers, family, and let me know what stocks you make money with in the comments below. And this episode is entertainment and educational purposes only. Make sure you talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area before you take on any risk, even though your licensed financial advisors wouldn't have put you up on this one like I did. This is APLD, Applied Digital Corporation. My family, you know we've been eating off of this one, especially everybody in KGU. Applied Digital Corporation is currently up 17% on the week. It's been absolutely on fire. And we are up even more than that. We up 120% because we got in before the hype while people still didn't see what we saw here. So I want to give a shout out to everybody. This was an easy one. We're going to be able to rinse and repeat on this one as time goes on. I can't give you a guarantee, but I can tell you that I'm looking to make more with this one. And then we got some news on this one that the earnings report is coming out on October 9th, 2025. Why is that important? Because we're going to hear about a lot of the different partnerships and the outlook on the company. And that is how we made money on it the first time, because the artificial intelligence wave. I know you've been hearing artificial intelligence, this and that, so many things, but people ain't really seeing about how they can make money. They seeing about how they can use it to save time, which is a good idea, but we look at it in such a way that helps us to make a lot of money. And this is why we noticed that they were going to come down in terms of the amount of money they made. Look at these two lines like I often show you. The blue line is the earnings they made, and the orange line is what they expect. They came right down to 37 million, and then they pushed up, and they expect to push even higher towards about 70 million as the year ends. Why is that important? Because they're telling us their earnings is about to double. But this is not even including some of the partnerships they could tell us that's coming up in the future. I want to show you how I'm understanding these things in a way that's easy for everybody to understand. I want to give a shout out to the Sunday, October 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern, the Pathway to Freedom Masterclass. We look forward to seeing you there. It's Keenan Grace, Chris Sang, and Stock Up with Larry Jones. I encourage you to hurry up because I've seen the spots filling all the way up faster than I've ever seen in my life. So I can't wait to see you there, family. Listen, it's going to be one for the ages, like I told you. If you already booked in your ticket, put a T in the chat. Let's get into it. The link is going to be in the top of the description, and I'll pin it to the top comment. But I encourage you to hurry up before they all fill up. You already know how they doing over on Larry channel. You already know how they doing over on Chris channel. You already know how they doing on this channel. They're rushing in. So we're going to knock that one out the park, and this one for the culture. Let's get it. APLD at $26. You asking yourself, how do you feel about this, Keenan, up here? Personally, I am looking at this one for a potential dollar cost average play. I had got the family in on 3 different dollar cost averages, 3 different things this week that have officially qualified for me to just dollar cost average, either $10 or $25 a day. And I'm looking for this one, and I'll send out the alert on that one as well. But this is where I'm liking it more so. Technically, on the charts, when you look at the $23 level, this is where the institutions are picking it up. However, if you want to establish a real good big position, what you do is you dollar cost average in. You don't just jump in like a crash test dummy who has no brakes and don't know how to operate what they're using. So what you got to do is look at the charts and then trade with the chart and not with your heart. I want to put you up on 3 stock options that are increasing in volume, which is kind of telling us that people are almost betting on these. The first one is the $30 call for October 3rd. It's up 21% in terms of the volume. And then we got $27 call October 3rd and a $28 call. That's the third one. So people are betting that this thing is going to actually improve and go up as time goes on. And why are they taking these bets? With the artificial intelligence space that we're in, this is one that is still a small company, but a lot of money is flooding into it. This is a $7 billion company. Technically, it's not even a $7 billion company. It's a $6.9 billion company. So it's not even there yet. Now, I know that sounds big, but like I said, NVIDIA is a $3 trillion company, $4 trillion company or so. So billions of dollars in the low billions is not that much when you look at the grand scheme of the stock market, meaning that companies like this have the potential to even 10x, but the potential is not a guarantee. That's one thing that I want to just put on your radar, because you got to understand it. I often tell you, you got to make sure you're around people who understand these things so you could catch these kind of waves. We already up 120%, but could we go up 1,000%? This is what we like to do when we understand what we're talking about. So be on the lookout. And then they said this, and I don't want to leave you without this information that came out just a few moments ago. They said that the chief technology officer at Microsoft said that the company and the industry at large can't get enough computing capacity to satisfy the demand. Oh, wait, that's really, really good for a company like APLD, which helps these bigger companies get that computing capacity. It's down the chain of it. So it just make perfect sense why I'm looking at this one. And here's another one that helps them with that computer capacity. And this one, the stock price is significantly bigger, but I often tell you, don't get so married to the stock price that you don't think about how much it can move up. We just jumped in this one recently, and this is ASML, and it's up 8%. We just bought some. Now, don't be afraid. This is a $1,030 stock. We bought it and just recently started acquiring into the position at about 900 or so. So now you think, Akeem, that's too big of a stock. If you put in $100 in the family, you'll be up 8%. If you put in $1 million in it, you be up 8%. What is the key here? The key is the percent that is going up, not the stock price. Don't get so stuck on that. And I say that to say this. When you look at the weekly chart, we can see that we pushing up. When you look at why that's happening, they say that this company works on upgrading semiconductor equipment and making them advanced and modern. Do you know what is going to use semiconductors and what is currently using it? Artificial intelligence. Oh, wait. They use artificial intelligence and semiconductors together? Family, this is how it works. This company is booming because of it. And when we look at the numbers, this is a $390 billion company that could potentially go to a $500 billion company, which will put the stock up basically another 25%. So we want to make sure we understand these stocks, understand that they're very volatile. So you got to be around the right people that could put you in the right direction, could guide you, even if you're a beginner. That's why it's very important. I want to encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the channel. We got like 15,000 subs in like the last month or so. So I want to say salute to all of y'all, because I can see that you really like how I'm breaking it down and giving you the simple and not overcomplicating it like a lot of people do. This is when Wall Street is liking to pick this one up. So this is where a lot of stop losses are going to be at about 950, technically 948. So keep your eye on that. And last but not least, we got to switch it over to the biggest dog in the game in terms of crypto, and that's Bitcoin. Do not sleep on Bitcoin. I can see Bitcoin, like I told you in the past, going to 300K and long term, even going past 500K. It's not going to happen overnight. This thing could go to 80K before it go to 200K, but over time, those who have been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin have been getting paid. And I'm not going to tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but if somebody told you, not me, right? I'm not your financial advisor, but if somebody told you today to start to put about $10 a day into Bitcoin, or even $100 a month in a Bitcoin, allegedly, that's a really good idea. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but that's what the word on the street is. Again, it is what it is. Hopefully you can read between the lines. Again, that's what I heard, right? Nobody's trying to get sued. But I say this to say this. Bitcoin family, I'm going in. I'm going in on it. And y'all who've been getting a buy alert, you've been seeing me. And in one account now, I'm up $113,000, which is basically the price of a Bitcoin almost. So I've been buying so much Bitcoin that it basically bought me one free. So I say that to say this one account is worth $451,000 now. And then I have another account where I'm up 90%, and that one is $289,000, family. So I'm working my way up to being a Bitcoin cryptocurrency millionaire. I'm really pushing it. So family, I hope that y'all starting to put your money where your mouth is and the things that you believe in, because you know who believe in these things? The big institutions. Bitcoin hits 120 as JP Morgan lifts the year-end target to 165,000. When? They said the year-end target. And institutions often try to push things where they saying their targets are, or at least close. So with that being said, family, let's get to the money. Let's not have no fear. Let's bet on ourselves. Let's get in the right circles. Whenever you hear people pouring that knowledge into you, be a sponge and be ready to receive it. I hope to see you on the live stream, and I encourage you to bet on yourself. We got the masterclass coming up. Me, Chris, and Larry is filling up fast, family. The link is in the top of the description. The opportunity is knocking, and I'm encouraging you to open the door. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.